Hi, everybody. Yeah, and I forgot to pick this up. Plug in my phone before I went on. Okay, so we're at day 1361, and just coming on a little bit earlier today because I just wanted to let everyone know things are really busy behind the scenes. It's happening. Team Find Richard Halliday is expanding, and it's expanding with institutional support. And we are just so grateful. Shot in the arm. Uh, so there are so many wonderful individuals that hold key positions, and yet we have what the Bible calls uh, tares tares in the wheat field, right? And I hope I'm saying that right. Weeds in the wheat field. Um, so absolutely, and you don't just tear everything out to get the weeds out, right? To get the corrupt individuals out, because then you may ruin the whole field. You may ruin our rights, our Constitution, our Texas Constitution, um, and you might even hurt these really honorable individuals that are in the system. And so you have to use the law. Use the law, and the law is a magnificent thing. So, and God's hand is all on this because for years, um, we have been doing some study on the beauty of God's law, um, and how our system is based on God's law. And that's why I have, um, the painting behind me of Justinian and Theodora. I was painting that before Richard went missing. And it was like, a lesson before this all happened, uh, for us to understand that that is what would be required to get justice for our son, and to do it right, to do it peacefully, to do it right, and to have a lot of patience. I didn't realize how much patience, but but there it is, right? You just have to keep going. And so today was, well, the last couple days have been huge, very busy behind the scenes, and it's a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to be on the right side. And I put up the shadow, right? The, the announcement to those that tampered and interfered with Richard's case, that participated in that were coaxed into doing that, pressured into doing that, retaliated into doing that, threatened into doing that, because we've been threatened. We have absolutely been threatened. We've been harassed. Um, I just can't even tell you everything that we've been through behind the scenes, and I really don't want to tell you, because our focus is on our son and finding our son. And so we absolutely understand that people's livelihood was threatened, their careers were threatened, their family was threatened, they were harassed. Look what happened to Glendon Oakley Jr. Look what happened to Glendon Oakley Jr. And it could, he was absolutely so harassed, and you really um, bullied, absolutely bullied, and of course retaliated against. Look what happened to Richard. They framed him, and they retaliated continuously and severely. And when I call out a person like Clem Coward and Michael Roddick, it's because we have absolutely hard evidence that they are up to no good, that they are criminal. And yet we are asking all of those that participated in the harm that they did against Richard, even the witness tampering, also audio tampering, also, yeah, there's so much file tampering, everything, to come forward before it's too late, um, because it's not too late until it's too late. And so, don't hesitate, come forward, because with this amicus notice, and I hope I'm saying that right because I've heard it pronounced different ways when listening to these officials speak. And, you know, anyway, but the amicus notice, which was given to the case, those involved, the parties involved with the SB4 case, is really huge. It is so big because, and we've even been told behind the scenes now that Bill Hicks is not their agreement with the amicus notice, that Bill Hicks is not the rightful district attorney. As a matter of fact, he was called a usurper of the 34th Judicial District Attorney's Office and robbing it. Matter of fact, I put together a little raccoon meme. I'll put it up of him being the robber, of him being a thief, wanting the shiny things that don't belong to him. That office rightfully belongs to Yvonne Rosales, and she's the one that won the election. And the retaliation for her winning that election was continuous and severe because she wanted to bring forth to court, to trial, the Walmart mass shooting case of August 3rd, 2019, and Richard Halliday's missing murder case, capital murder case. Um, those are our words, of July 2020. So she won the election at the end of 2020. She took office in January of 2021, right during the full COVID mandate panic that was perpetrated, crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity. That's what the COVID mandates were, by usurpers, right? And Yvonne Rosales found herself taking office during that insanity, and it was totally insanity. And yet she still wanted to bring these courses to do these cases. She wanted to do them right. She was the first. She is the first female district attorney. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. We've had so much going on behind the scenes. And she absolutely was legitimately voted in as the first Latina female. Really, she's the first female. She happens to be Latina, and she made it by not so many votes, but she made it. And the retaliation that came against her is so obvious once you look into it. So I just wanted to say that Bill Hicks, in this amicus notice, clearly we are absolutely correct in stating that he's not a recess appointment. He is a criminal. He is a usurper of the 34th Judicial District Attorney's Office. He's not legitimate. And who knew about it, right? Who also knew about it? That office also knows about it. The office of those assistant district attorneys also know about what happened. I think they do. I know they know about what happened to Yvonne Rosales and the injustices and the retaliation that she suffered. So, so we'll see how this, because this was just a friend of the court notice, and of course, what Reyes Mata put out in El Paso Inc. is very important. But there are also investigations going on behind the scenes now, and we have confirmation of that. So, absolutely, Bill Hicks is being investigated, and we are, happy to see that happen, because we need a true district attorney in that position that will bring these capital murder cases to trial. And, here he is trying to use the media. The media is a big problem too. Who knew, right? We know that Bob Moore knew. We know they know, because they read Reyes Mata's unbelievable, accurate, well documented article. And so that, explaining the whole thing. And all you have to do is get the open records. The open records are there for anyone to get. So, of course, Bob Moore would have access to that. So, this is, it's a very, very important development in our son's case. We have the right to want a legitimate district attorney in that 34th Judicial District Attorney's or the Judicial District, so that we can get justice for Richard. And we'll see. Who knew with the generals, right? Who knew with Fort Bliss? Who knew in the military? Who knew what was going on there in the district attorney's office, and also in the chief medical examiner's office? So, this is really what I really wanted to say tonight. There's just a lot going on, lots of responses to to those that want justice for Richard. And so I think I'm going to leave it at that tonight. I really am. This is so big, and I think everyone needs to take some time, especially if they're in the El Paso area, to ask yourself, what in the world is going on that two of the most important positions in our community are illegitimate? Being the district attorney, a usurper, this is so criminal. And then also another usurper with the help of Veronica Escobar. Okay, so there's a lot of people helping. And that's why we put out that request for everyone. It's not too late. You need to come forward. And that should include Veronica Escobar, because she was the judge. She's going to lose it all. She's going to lose it all. She was the judge that approved the appointment of a usurper, of a criminal, right? Not following the Texas Constitution. And what in the world has he done to the criminal cases? What was his job, truly? Because for him to have that position, which makes almost $500,000 a year just from the chief medical examiner position, something else is going on. And, you know, when you have the district attorney in your pocket and the chief medical examiner in your pocket, and you're a criminal, you can absolutely uh, have free reign on your criminality. Because let's say you murder someone, well, you can cover it up. You can cover it up. So the lack of oversight in that area, the lack of oversight of our service members, of the borderland, to allow something like this to get this far, have the corruption to get this far, and have many individuals say that the cartel is in on this. It's only a matter of time for these investigations to come full circle. And the goal for us is to get our son's remains. That's our goal. And so when I'm speaking out for those that interfered, tampered with the evidence, interfered with witnesses, participated in the cover-up of remains, and on, knew things and didn't come forward. I'm also talking about those that are in the district attorney's office, the ADAs, also the likes of Veronica Escobar, also the likes of our senators and congresspeople, because they knew things and they didn't share things. And, the evidence always comes up like the stones in Ireland. The truth comes up. The truth comes up. And so we have been collecting hard evidence, circumstantial evidence, and irregularities. And the hard evidence, that pile is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And today was a very good day for Team Find Richard Halliday. So, I would just come forward before it's too late. So thank you so much. God bless you. And I will be back tomorrow.